Hey everyone, welcome back to Pretending with Dice. As always, I'm your host and game master, AJ. Just a couple of short announcements at the top here. Firstly, I'm super pleased to announce that we'll be returning to the Dragon Meet convention in London on December the 1st for our second year as part of the Podcast Zone. We had loads of fun last year getting to meet a bunch of you, and we're really looking forward to going back again this year. So for more details on the convention, head to dragonmeet.co.uk. It'd just be super awesome to see a bunch of you there again. So yeah, check it out. Secondly, a little while back we ran a poll on our Twitter asking our followers what game system they'd like to see us play next. So I'm super pleased to announce that following this story arc, we're going to be playing Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. I'll be announcing a few more details as we get closer to the release, but it should be a really fun experience and something a little different from the type of stories that we normally do on the podcast. There's going to be a few familiar players involved in it who we'll be announcing as it comes along, so stay tuned for more news on that. Alright then, so on to today's episode. This is the very first part of our third Dungeons & Dragons storyline, which we're calling Rates of Change. We had so much fun recording this storyline, and I'm just super happy to finally be able to share it with all of you. So for those of you new to the podcast, don't worry if you haven't heard the previous two. We do recap what happened previously at the top of the game session and reintroduce the players and their characters, so don't worry about that. Alright then, so without any further ado, let's get into episode 36, The Green Flask. Okay, so it's been a while since we've done D&D, so how about everybody reintroduces themselves and their characters first?
Alright, hello, I'm Eden, and I'm back playing Pronce, who's a slightly frazzled wizard. Are we going to explain our level ups now? Or
we can do, yeah, if you like.
I'm not going to tell you what spell I've got, but I have taken the lucky trait, because if you've listened to previous things, then you should know that Pronce at this point has tested his luck and come out on top quite a few times. So I treat myself as lucky from here on out. Yeah. See how that plays out.
Hey, it's Mark, and you remember me from the last thing you guys listened to, which was the Star Wars podcast.
No, it wasn't. It was Shadowrun.
The last thing they would have remembered me from was the Star Wars podcast.
Yeah, follow. Yeah.
And now I'm back here with Bork again.
Back once again with the runaway.
Bork at it again.
The stout halfling. And I've leveled up with a bit of dash action going on. That's what I'm calling it.
Hyphenated yourself.
It's not what it's called, but fine.
Yeah, it's called the dash action. That's my move.
I like it.
Yeah,
that's
it saves me just
Bork's manic dash
and rolling.
Borkism.
Yeah. That's my Borkism today.
Throwing gang signs on the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dash.
You've taken the Charger feat for listeners who are playing along at home.
Right. That one.
My name is Jason. I will not be laughing for the rest of the episode. I play the character of Enothe, who is just grumpy. I also have done the levelling of the up, and I took observation.
Observant. He took the observant feat.
I can pay attention to all the things.
So I think we should have a bit of an extended recap, because it's been a while, for the listeners at least, and for us I guess, it's been a while since we've checked in with these characters and that. So we first met these characters on the road to the small rural village of Erevale, in the company of the landlord of the local pub, a dwarf named Titus Goldenbrew, that was it. Yeah, somebody's listened back since we played it.
I'm paying attention, what can I tell you?
Yeah, it's good, I like it. Along the way, you came across a cottage that was being attacked by some goblins. You burnt it down and killed the goblins.
No, I didn't.
I did. And then found yourselves very quickly embroiled in a mystery in the village where you were investigating the disappearance of some children. You eventually discovered that the children were being taken by goblins who had been hired by a local man who wanted to use them in his desperate spells to try and bring his dead son back to life. It was all very sad, and nobody really came out on top on that one. No. But you guys were like the heroes of the village for a bit, from solving the missing children, the case of the missing children. Is that what? No. We'll call it that.
Hey, that sounds good enough to me.
Yeah. But a few days later, became embroiled in yet another strange mystery in the town when it came out that a mysterious group of people were trying to steal the temple relic, a strange magical gem which had belonged to a resident of the town during the Demon War some 60 odd years previously, the wizard Malar. You were unable, unfortunately, to stop them from stealing it, despite a big old battle in the temple. But getting the information from one of the survivors about where the gem was being taken to, you set off into the woods in pursuit, eventually catching up with it after meeting a druid named Vagan, who said he would help you in exchange for helping find his companion Owlbear. You came to the camp of the cult who'd stolen it, got in a big old fight. Bork nearly got frozen to death, and you rescued an archaeology professor and two of his assistants who the cult had sort of taken hostage. The camp had been set up around an archaeology dig of the tomb of the dragon slayer Grazak, and you made your way inside, circumnavigating a bunch of traps and things and getting some loot. So you guys, we kind of left off with you guys kind of packing up around outside the tomb. You all had some new gear that you had looted from the tomb, and I think you'd agreed to head with the professor and his two companions, at the very least, to the road, and then they were going to turn off and head north back to the capital. In the camp, however, you had found instructions left with one of the other cultists that the majority of the rest of the cult had gone off in search of another relic, which was unnamed, at least in the note, in the village of Wild Meadow, which you knew to be about a week or so's travel from where you are. Part of the journey would be along the route that the archaeology professor would be taking, so that was where you agreed to go with him that far. And that's pretty much where we left off.
Okie doke.
Yeah. So, I think we're going to start after a day or so's travel. And the three of you, along with archaeology professor Jorvin of the university, and his two more kind of hired bodyguards, security, rather than sort of assistants, because his previous assistant had been burned through the chest in the Arabelle jail. So the three of you, along with the three of them, are travelling along the main trade road, and ahead of you, you kind of crest the top of a hill, and you can see laid out around the bend of a river the largest of the cities in the area. This is a city called Laranna. The road that you're on kind of curves round to the north of it, and there's a crossroads. One road heading north, one continuing south towards your destination, and one heading into the city. So as you're pulling up towards the crossroads, you're on the professor's cart. He turns and he goes, "Well, this is our turn off. We're heading up north. What about you boys?"
Pronce looks at the other guys expectantly, as if to say, I'm going wherever the wind takes me, so do you guys have preference?
I'm looking over to Enothe as well. I mean, I've just recovered, and I'm quite happy to go either way. That doesn't involve freezing.
Well, you were sort of nominally chasing down this cult, and they were headed to Wild Meadow, which is still a few days' travel from where you are, but now you are sort of on the road and out of the forest. It's a little bit quicker going, but it's still going to be 3 or 4 days' travel from where you are.
Any input from Enothe?
We need to find the other cultists and take them out.
Just stay
The
on,
whole lot of them have been pissing me off.
stay on target, then just go there and
Pronce's
Just
eyes
head
widen
towards.
a little bit, like, oh damn, yes, you're right. Let's do that.
Honestly, we've been chasing them down for 3 days, and it's like you act like we haven't been here for months.
Bronze looks down at the amulet of Malar in his hand and kind of rubs his fingers across it in a kind of like treasuring it kind of way.
I forget you think that will
and
work.
then remember, he's thinking about the potential for more and thinking to himself, how did I forget? You're right.
Then let's stay with them then and head towards.
Well, they're heading north.
Sorry,
they're turning off
Yeah.
north. The direction you'd be going would be sort of follow the road round south and then turn off a little bit later on. But so you're kind of heading in the opposite direction to them at this point. So.
Okay. Well, it seems that we're parting ways, and with that, Pronce gives a big flourish with his hands and unleashes a big torrent of purple rain all over them, and Apollonia flies around them, kind of squawking.
Well, that's very impressive, Mr. Pronce.
Oh, he bows and then kind of turns to the other guys as if like, and there we have it.
It's like wiping purple rain off of our shoulders. God damn it! They jump off the cart and thanks for the list.
Take me with you, please.
Well, you come with me if you want, but I mean, you got some kind of mission or some sort ahead of you.
I do, but I'm so bored of dealing with these idiots.
Yeah, I know the bad guys are idiots. So. But
Yeah,
you'll be fine with us.
That's what I meant.
You'll be fine with us.
Well, it was fun travelling with people who were competent for a while. Good luck, guys.
Well, if you ever find yourselves up in the capital, come up to the university, say hi. Might have some jobs for you folks.
Oh, by all means, by all means.
Well, you have a good one. Sort of turns the cart. On it is the Dragonborn Galrak. Sort of gives you he doesn't really say much. He kind of gives you a nod, like, have a good one, lads.
Have a good one, too. And I just turn away and start walking.
The tiefling there, Osmond, also gives you a nod and they go, oh, yeah, if you guys find yourselves heading north on this road, a friend of mine's got a pub in the dwarven town halfway up the pass.
Pub, you say?
Yeah, she runs a pub, so tell her Osmond sent you. She might sort you guys out with some drinks or something.
Pronce looks down at the relic of Malar again and then says, pub, you say? And then looks to the other guys as if to say, like, maybe we don't need to go for the relics?
No way. There's alcohol.
I've slowed my walking away and I'm just having slight flashbacks. The last time I remember being in a pub with a woman that ran it, it wasn't a great time and it was a bad dream. But
so it wasn't even real.
I keep quiet to that moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not exactly close. It's still a day or two's travel north, but if you ever find yourselves going that way.
Genuinely a little put out, like Pronce is kind of like, oh, well, okay then, and looks at the other guys. Well, I guess there might be a pub a little further down this way, guys.
We'll build up to the pub.
One day my pub will come.
You guys have spent most of this most of the campaign drunk. You were literally
drunk.
The only reason they got away with the relic in the first place is because you were literally hungover and couldn't stand up properly.
That is true.
Lessons have yet to be learned. What can I tell you?
Fucking idiot.
Pronce has come out pretty well from all this drinking thus far. I'm okay with it.
I think you're pickled. Just like...
Frazzled,
that's what's
pickled,
keeping you
either
alive
way.
at this point. It's a
Okay.
Mr. Burns situation where there's so many things wrong with you.
They're all fighting each other in your body, yeah.
It's a careful balance, and we're on an adventure.
Well, Osmond, I promise you, I will someday make my way to that pub, and hopefully we'll meet again.
Yeah, as I say, I might not be there, but, say hi from me and just say Osmond sent you.
Will do.
And with that, the professor's cart turns off and starts heading up the northern road into the mountains.
Okey-doke. Looking to the other guys, then I kind of nod towards the road and go, onwards, gentlemen?
Yeah, sure thing.
So, to the south, the road kind of curves down. You can see it kind of going round the outskirts of the city, continuing on south. And there's also a sort of spur that heads on towards the kind of main city gates. Although there are buildings kind of outside the main wall. Are you continuing straight on? Are you heading into the city, or are you...
Well, gentlemen, did I see a city and I mentioned a pub? What do you think? Shall we have a look? A little partake of a little drinking pool, a little beverage?
I'm like 200 metres down the road ahead of them already.
You just
heading
started
towards the
walking
city.
already? Yeah, okay. Towards the city, or...?
Towards the city.
Okay, alright.
We've got gold, and I want to buy new things.
Fair enough. Okay.
Noticing this, I turned to Bork and... Oh, it looks like our friend's more interested in the drink than us for a change.
I think so. We better keep up with him. We wouldn't want him to lose us.
Oh,
Or
of
us
course
to lose him.
No, I'd never let go of Enothe.
No. Hey, Enothe! Wait for us!
Naughty!
Naughty!
I'm just humming to myself as I speed up slightly on the way to the city.
No tools.
I feel like the inevitable endpoint of this D&D group is that eventually I actually just get like my and then they just get sick of everyone and leaves.
We'll see.
I feel like that's the only endpoint that makes any sense.
I mean, you could go the other way and
There's
cut
more
our
than
throats
enough
while we
time for
sleep.
character
it's that or I kill you both, I guess.
yeah,
Okay. So
Standard options.
absolutely.
you head on in towards the city. Laranna is the kind of regional sort of capital. Really, it's not the capital of the country, but it's sort of the big city in the center of the country. As I said, there's quite a few kind of buildings on the outskirts. It's clearly kind of undergoing a bit of a kind of boom town, sort of boom time kind of thing at the moment, and the sort of development has spilled over the walls, sort of thing. There's some tall defensive walls, but this whole kind of swaths of houses and businesses sort of outside that are sort of the closer you head towards the walls, they're kind of getting a bit more dense. Fair few people around, all kind of going about their business. It's about kind of 10, 11 in the morning at the moment as you're heading in.
Are these well-to-do people, or are these more like peasant farmer types?
I wouldn't call them like peasant farmers, but they're sort of city folk, if you know what I mean. They're not like upper class or anything. They're just kind of
Going about their business.
yeah. People are going about this. They're not kind of aimlessly wandering. This is sort of people are going to work. People are pulling carts of things, and this is work is happening. It's a bustling town.
Does anybody notice our approach?
Make a perception check for me.
I got a 7, and my perception is +2, so 9.
Nobody really seems to be paying that much attention to you as you approach. I say there's quite a fair few people kind of around as you're heading sort of.
Pronce notes that nobody's paying attention to our arrival, and
I mean, is no one paying attention to Pronce or as us as a group?
It doesn't like as far as you can see, it doesn't look like anyone's looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, not being very happy with that, I turned to Bork. Where are we in comparison to Enothe right now? Are you still ahead of us somewhere?
He's a little way along the road. I'm guessing you guys sort of hurried to catch up
I
a little bit.
100% sped up when you shouted my name wrong
Yeah,
twice.
we double paced, but you double paced as well, and that was just not happening.
Good luck double pacing with a halfling.
I was going to say I double pace, so I'm normal pace now.
Okay then, well, I turned down to Bork and I was like, nobody seems to care that we're here. How have they not noticed?
I mean, I don't think a note was sent that we were coming, but
Well, we were so popular in the last place.
well,
Surely somebody's come along the road and told the tales of us.
maybe we're the ones to tell our own tales.
Oh, well, I feel like I should get their attention. And with that, I would like to try some more prestiging and...
Sure. Okay.
Only if you can pronounce it correctly.
Prestidigitation.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think you got it.
I can speak English.
I think that was good.
Okay, so yeah, I want to do some of that, and I want to just do like big flourishes with my arms and like have clouds of purple smoke coming out of it as I start announcing, "Behold, Pronce and Bork have arrived!"
Thank God.
And are you doing that?
Yeah, I double fist to the sky.
Yeah.
Not continually up and down, just hold my arms up.
Not like a cheerleader rah-rah kind
Yeah,
of thing.
just 2 fists to the sky, which really my hands are now at like shoulder height. I guess.
Okay.
Okay. A couple of people kind of just sort of look at you for a second and kind of keep walking. This old bloke walks up and goes, "Who's here?"
Well, Pronce and Bork, of course. And I sort of give him a little kind of like pixie dust kind of blow of dust in the face of purple smoke. Oh, don't worry, my friend. Non-toxic.
Who are Pronce and Bork when they're at home?
The very men in front of you.
I have never heard of you.
We are the heroes of Eravale.
Where's Eravale?
I turn to Bork and raise an eyebrow as if like, it seems we've drawn the attention of the local yokel.
I'm sure I'm sure there are more people that will listen to you later on. Maybe once we get inside the main walls.
Turning back to the man, I'm like, if you don't even know where Erenvale is, well, it's no point talking to you then. And I give another flourish of purple smoke, like in a very flamboyant gesture.
He kind of swipes it out.
Pronce and Bork.
Remember the names as we walk on.
I say good day.
Tell all your friends.
You can see him sort of stumping away back towards his dwelling. But again, people are looking, but it's in that kind of like... It's a little bit of the sort of thing of like you're like a street performer on a corner and they're busily trying to get to where they're going and they're just kind of like, what on earth is going on there? But they're not really stopping to look.
I don't hope for any more.
Yeah. It's like you just kind of rocked up to the outskirts of the city and gone, look, we're here. And there's a lot of people going about their day just like...
He would look like a street magician with like a half pint-sized...
I mean, that is kind of... Yeah, that's kind of the look you guys are rocking at the moment. It's
I'm leaning into it. What can I tell you?
A kind of disheveled magician and a little dude hanging around with him.
Yeah.
So behind you, you can hear them shouting at Enothe.
I'm going to pull my hood up.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
And then I'm going to try and find Fletcher.
Okay.
Do arrows and shit, right? I think that's the right term.
Sure. Yep. Okay. Are you going into the main city bit, or are you? Yeah. Okay. So as you approach the main walls, there's some large gates. They are open. There are a handful of guards kind of scattered around who are just kind of keeping watch. They don't really seem to be sort of actively stopping people. But there is definitely a bit of a presence here. This is a much larger place. Erenvale had a couple of hundred people in it. This is more on the scale of a couple of 100,000 people live here, sort of thing. It's that big of a change. So yeah, you sort of note the guards as you pass. The gates are, let's say, open, and looking up as you go through there, you can see there is a portcullis kind of tucked away, kind of above. Again, open, but it doesn't really look like it's been moved for some time. And you pass on into the densely packed streets of Laranna. You're going straight for a Fletcher?
Yeah, I want to find a better bow, ideally.
Okay.
I've got all this money that I haven't divvied out yet, so...
All right. Yeah, you've kind of walked off with the group's cash, and not given them.
And let's be honest, neither of them are going to realise. So
that's true. But I feel like this is a little bit of like I'm investing on your behalf kind of thing in equipment for me.
Can they be trusted? No.
I was about to say just throw us a couple coins and we'll find a drinks establishment.
You guys have still got money for drinks, and let's be honest, you're going to find a pub.
This
anyway.
is true. Yeah.
I make note of the nearest pub to the entrance. Yeah. Because that way I know where I'll find them.
Okay, there's quite near to the entrance. You see a pub called the Green Flask.
Yeah. So I make note of the Green Flask, and then try and find understanding fully that Pronk will end up there later.
Yeah. Okay, so looking around, I mean, they're fairly close to the entrance where there is a little bit of a manufacturing sort of workshop sort of district. There seems to be a fair number of kind of different artisans working on all sorts of different crafts. And after a little bit of searching, actually, make an investigation check for me, just to see how quickly, if you can find something.
Does my passive observation not work here?
Not really.
Man.
Because you're actively looking for a Fletcher.
You're actively looking for a Fletcher. So if I was passively looking for it, it'd be different.
Well, that would be if you're just aimlessly wandering and you're like, oh, there's a Fletcher there.
That is a 13.
13 total?
Yeah.
Okay, so it does actually take you kind of 10 minutes or so wandering around before you even see any signs. Because I take it, Enothe being Enothe is not stopping and asking for directions. No. I didn't think you would.
Everyone's an idiot. I'm just assuming no one knows where it is.
Yeah. So after about 10 minutes or so, you come across a sign. There is a kind of stylized kind of bow kind of motif on it, and it says Laranna leather and arrows.
Kinky.
Yeah. You can hear the sounds of sort of hammering from inside. And
what kind of hammering?
Light and focused.
Okay. I go in and yes, inquire about their bows.
Okay. There is a kind of well-built human behind the counter. he seems to be kind of refletching some arrows as you approach. Hey there, how's it going?
I was just wondering if you had any better bow than my current longbow.
Hand it over. Let's have a look.
I hand it over.
He looks over, gonna kind of test the draw and that a little bit. Well, this is pretty good workmanship on this. Well, as far as sort of standard bows, you got a pretty good one here. I'd have tough time improving on this.
Okay. Do you sell tipped arrows at all?
Yeah, I can probably sort you out some of those.
What can you do? Both to DM and also to Fletcher, because I don't really know.
Well, what kind of thing are you thinking of?
I don't know what's available in.
Well, you just dropped the term tipped arrows as if I should have a whole list of things.
Yeah, like poisoned or paralysis.
That would be. Those would be more things that you'd prepare with your standard arrows rather than.
Is that something I can do?
Yeah.
I should probably buy some more arrows.
You're proficient with poisonous kit, aren't you? Or,
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you could do that yourself.
I'll probably just do that.
Be better off buying some poison, dipping the arrows in that, rather than like getting a fancy tipped arrow.
You can put it in the pork pocket if you like.
I could probably just dip the arrow in the pork pocket, so you're not wrong.
Food poison tipped arrows.
Okay, no worries. Thank you for your help.
No problem.
I take my bow back and then leave.
All right, yeah.
Let's not leave that there.
That's fair enough.
Throwing arrows at people.
Yeah. Out of character, yeah. I mean, in terms of non-magical bows, you pretty much you haven't got much. You can go up from where you are.
Okay, that's fine.
Thing.
What do the archer's braces actually do?
So we didn't really get them identified, but they're quite obviously braces of archery. They give you your proficiency with longbow and shortbow, which you had anyway, but that's kind of like, even if you didn't, you could put them on and be proficient.
Cool.
But they also give you a +2 bonus to damage rolls on ranged attacks made with those weapons.
Oh, cool.
So that's what they do.
So I get an extra 2 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Bork and Pronce, you also make your way in through the large gates into the town, into the city. And kind of looking around, you very quickly clock this in the Green Flask as being fairly close to the entranceway. As you're sort of wandering along, you can see Enothe kind of walking with a purpose out of a shop, sort of stop and then stow his bow back in his pack.
Okie doke. Noting the bar ahead of us, I look down to Bork and kind of say, "There it is, the booze."
Yeah, I could see that too. Let's head there, I guess. I feel like I want to get like an early. This is kind of out of character now. I want to get an early roll out the way. Can I just do like an observation? Just to kind of, because we've entered the place.
Just a general perception to see what
general perception, but like for
what are you looking for?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I want to look for like the cloaked dudes that we came across.
Sure, you can have a look.
Just in case they might have thought we're not here and they're just hanging out, you know.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't the town you were going to with them in, but like you can look for them.
So I mean, this is a stop
could
off,
be on the way.
Yeah.
So,
because they were the town was like about a week or so from the tomb, but they'd only set off a couple of days before you had. So
yeah,
of all the pubs in Laranna, you walk into mine.
Exactly. Well, it wasn't a 1. It was a 6.
That's better than normal. 6 total, or 6 on the dice.
6 on the dice, plus 0.
That's a 6. Yeah, no, I mean, looking around, you can see quite a few people wearing different types of robes, but none of them really stand out as like, oh, those are the exact same type as the guys we fought.
Yeah,
it's there's especially now you're in the kind of inner city area. It's very busy.
Yeah. That's probably as much as I'd expect, probably from Bork. So back in then, So I done a little look around. I'm like, yeah, seems fine. Let's go to the pub.
It's drinking time.
So are you meeting up with Enothe first? You can see him, but
based on his walking, I don't think he wants to know where we are.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. He's got his hood up and he's skulking off.
He'll find us.
He knows where to look.
Yeah. Okay, so the Green Flask Inn is a 3-story large pub. It's much bigger than the one you've just come from in Eravale.
Oh, it's quite grand.
It is. It looks. I don't know. It's big. I don't know whether it's grand.
It's grand. It's like 3 stories on a pub is grand. That's Pronce's judgment right there.
You would guess that the upper floors sort of got rooms and things for hire.
We don't have to sleep out back with.
Well, you didn't have to before, but they did it anyway. Go out back with the horses.
Yeah. They were good to me, those horses.
But as you walk in, the lower floor is it's all kind of bar area pretty much. It's quite a wide room. There's loads of tables, and even though it's fairly early in the day, it's probably about 11:15 now. You've sort of made your way in. It's fairly busy in here. There's quite a few people kicking around. Sound of conversation is high, and there's a couple of servers behind the bar.
Okay. Is there any interesting conversation just as we're walking in? Like, is there anything that's immediately heated or like that would draw attention in any way, shape, or form?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh dear. That's a 4 + 2, so 6 again.
Not really. It's a lot of people just kind of talking about general stuff.
Okay. Well, it seems like it's just the start of the day, my friend. Shall we get some libation?
Yeah, just the one this time. Just because it's the first day, let's just get to know the barmaid. You know,
starting a new.
We don't know the brew yet. It might be a strong one.
Don't start a tab you don't know. You know, you can finish. I guess I don't know.
I've finished every tab I've ever started. I'll have you know.
Have you paid them?
That was a ghostly thought in the back of Pronce's head as he said those words. He does not acknowledge it publicly.
I'm the voice in Pronce's head, basically.
As we said, we've started tabs.
I've started every drink I've ever began. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Let's find out who the bar person, lady, man is.
Okay.
We always seem to get on well with them.
Yes, I'm away with these people, and with that I raise an eyebrow and pull out an entire gold coin and sort of wave it in front of Bork like I'm about to pull the move. And I walk over to the desk and put down the gold coin and I say, "Good day to you. Is it a sir or a madam?"
There's 2 of them behind the bar, but the one you go up to is a fairly tall human man. It's morning, gents.
And a good day to you, sir. And I slide the gold coin and I say, "The finest ales you've got, 2 please, and keep the change."
Okay, all right.
Gotta stop doing that.
Yeah. Especially because you haven't given him the money yet. He's just running on whatever pocket change you got left
How
over.
much is a drink in this place?
Well, you don't know because he just said keep the change. So he turns away and comes back to 2 large mugs of ale.
Thanks.
And a shit-eating grin.
Thank you very much. Your name, sir?
My name is Ernest.
Ernest. Ah.
Ernst.
I was trying to think up a pun, but I'm struggling, my friend. Have you got a good one, Bork?
No.
Oh, well, this moment should pass nice and fast then.
Yeah.
So, Ernest.
Better luck next time.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Tell me, is there anything, a adventuring type, such as ourselves, me and my friend Bork here?
Hey, Ernie.
Motion down to him.
He kind of looks down. He's about 6 foot, and he kind of looks at, "Hey, how's it going?"
I don't mean to blow our trumpets too much, but we are the heroes of Eravale. We're looking for rip-roaring adventures. You know the type, relics, and in his pocket, Pronce slips a hand in and again fingers the relic of Malar.
Not sure I like the language around that, really, but yeah.
Fondles?
Fondles.
Flambés.
Just fingering in your pocket is maybe not the...
Rubs the jewel tenderly.
Strokes the tip. There's literally nothing that Bork could do with his hand in his pocket that is going to look dodgy as fuck.
Hey,
it's Pronce, not Bork.
I was going to say, Bork can put his hand in the pocket as well. That's fine.
What, into your pocket?
Pronce is down.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'll keep my hands to me for now.
He said, "Well, I don't know about that. Get all sorts in here, though. Better off, you're looking for adventure, you're better talking to the guards. Maybe they got some stuff needs doing."
The trouble around town, eh?
No, not really.
Oh.
Just stuff needs doing.
And as you're saying this, As you're saying this, Pronce is kind of like the what was first a kind of like I'm a hero is now slowly kind of becoming I'm a man in a pub.
Yeah, this guy doesn't seem particularly impressed with you, to be honest. Like,
Even with the gold.
you're very much like suddenly like gone from big fish in a small pond to just you're in the ocean sort of thing.
Weird looking fish.
So
Somewhere
it's anything fun around here then? Fun things to do?
Oh yeah, depends what you're in the mood for. Plenty in Laranna, big town. I'm on the tourist board.
I'm asking myself the question of what would Pronce do for fun now?
It's a big city, you know. There's a fair amount.
Well, that's it. Like the table's open. We can.
Can I walk in at this point?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
So you walk in and you see Bork and Pronce at the bar talking to a barman. He doesn't look annoyed at them or anything. He's just kind of tolerating them.
Tolerating the word. How about ring toss?
Jesus Christ.
And that's when you can interrupt us.
Yeah. I'm just going to interject. What are you both doing?
No, what?
I'm looking for a good time.
Bork, what are you doing?
Having a drink?
Why are you having a drink? We're not even meant to be stopping him.
Because Pronce bought me a drink.
And if Pronce jumped off a cliff, would you do that as well?
No, I'd finish his drink. And we're talking to Ernst.
It's Ernest.
Sorry, Ernest.
They're not good with names beginning with E, apparently.
This is my friend Edith.
Oh my god.
Hi, Edith.
He's with us.
My name's Enothe. You can ignore them if you want to.
He's a hero as well, don't you know?
How much did they pay you for the drinks?
Well, they told me to keep the change. Gave me a gold.
How much are the drinks?
About 5 copper.
How much of a tip was that?
Let me just calculate a percentage for you.
Am I allowing this guy to
Bar
leave the job today? Like, my dad is paid. I'm free.
That was last week.
So you basically 1 silver. So yeah, it's about a 900% tip.
You having a good day then, buddy?
Yeah, pretty good.
You don't mind them annoying you then?
Nah, they want to keep buying drinks. That's fine by me.
He's contemplating leaving them here.
Pronce is 3/4 of the way through his drink already.
It's pretty good. You know, you feel you got your money's worth.
Any kind of like buzz? I suppose I've got pretty high constitution. So
Yeah, no, you're not really.
one drink.
You're not really feeling a buzz, but it does taste a little bit nicer than the stuff you were drinking in Everrail, really.
It's that first one of the day.
Well, there's that too. Yeah.
Pronce kind of smacks his lips a little bit and says, "Are you sure, Bork, that we should only have one of these?"
Oh, well, yeah, for now. I think I should try and be a little on top of things this time.
Oh, okay, well that's you and I'm me. Could I have another one of these, please?
Sure, that'd be 5 copper.
And Pronce looks at him with a look of like, really? Really?
Separate transaction, my friend.
Begrudgingly, Pronce reaches into his pocket.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, here you go.
Thank you. I knew we'd be fast friends, Ernest.
Yeah,
I knew.
I like you guys.
You're 3/4 of the way through, or you've got 3/4 left of the first one?
He chugs the end of the first one at hearing this, and then begins the second one.
I mean, I didn't want you to be double
Begins the
parked.
second one, not removing the glass from his mouth, just looking at you like,
This raises some interesting questions about Pronce's level of awareness, because I'm pretty sure that Mark was asking that, not Bork. And in response to, effectively,
an
otherworld god.
I liked the idea that was Bork noting.
It was kind of Borkish.
It's the drink on the table. He's like, but it's right there. He's like, and?
Okay, so you're not double parked. That's right.
Okay, so I'm continuing to like sup this. This isn't coming away from the mouth, this one, so you guys keep going.
So Ernest slides you another drink along. There you go.
And that, as I say, straight to the mouth, supping, just a constant slow flow into the gullet.
I nurse mine. Just enjoy the one I've got for now.
Do you want anything, Mr. Enothe, was it?
Better companions? Do you sell better companions?
You kind of say, well, we don't sell, but there's plenty of people in today. You might want to ask around.
I must have done something horrible in a previous life.
Insert Enothe flashback where he does something very bad. No.
It has to be because it has to be a previous life. So yeah, it has to be like
Cut to you stabbing a child.
I was going to say, cut to the demon wars. It's just, kill all the women and children.
That was your terrible secret.
I am the demon. Yeah. Wait. Can I be a demon in disguise? Fuck this noise! I'm gonna kill them both.
I have to talk about that out of character. No, it would very much complicate everything.
So yes. When you say complicate, if I just killed
I mean, please don't.
Right. Anyway, Enothe. We really need to focus on getting to the next village rather than staying here, guys.
Well, that's why I'm only having one.
That's surprisingly responsible of you.
Thanks.
The supping becomes backing as Pronce turns his head back and the glass goes with it at the same angle, and very rapidly the whole thing is gone, and he wipes away a massive amount of froth from his mustache and beard and everything. All right, let's go.
Do we know the way, or do we need to ask for directions? Have we got a map with this?
You
on?
haven't got a map, but you've got a vague idea of what direction you're meant to be going.
I feel like we should buy a map.
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a fairly sensible thing that we should do as characters. Ernest, whereabouts can we get a map of the area?
There's a general store over the way. I'd probably be able to help you out with that.
Whereabouts is it? You just over there?
Just open the door and keep walking for about 20-30 meters and you'll walk into the front door.
Wonderful, thank you very much.
Oh, before we go, do you serve any food?
We do.
You do. Meats?
Yeah, we could.
What manner of meats?
Oh, we've got a duck and we've got some boar, just nice in from the forests.
Boar? That sounds like it would suit my tastes.
Some
Boar is nice.
we do some boiled pork with some cheese.
Well, you just said the magic word, my friend.
Cheese?
No, pork. Bork, he said pork.
Freudian slips.
I can, I can do some pork.
I'll have some pork, thank you very much.
Okay, to go or
to go? Yes. Don't mind me. I've got my
Do
delivery
taverns
methods.
do things to go?
No, not really. I feel like I should redo that.
You're a little guy. We're just getting the Deliveroo guy to take it over for you.
It gives it to you wrapped in a handkerchief or something.
A plate of it. And
you guys get yourselves a table. I'll bring it over when it's ready.
Oh, we have to wait. If you know, you said it was boiled. Is it not prepared?
It's the preparation.
You can sit and enjoy the rest of your drink and wait.
Hmm.
And I'm like shifting my eyes around as if trying to kind of go like, listen out, just keep an eye in the pub, see what's going on. And I'll go with Enothe and we'll go to the
General store.
general store.
Okay, my friend, and I give him a big knowing wink, like, I'll finish my drink.
Okay.
Okay. So the two of you, Bork and Enothe,
Just go get the map.
kind of head for the door
while you're waiting for the meat.
Pronce, you kind of pull up a chair at a nearby table.
Oh, I've actually got something specific I would like to do.
Sure. Okay. Yeah,
I would like to order another drink now because I just backed that other one.
Now, okay, well, I can get you another beer with your pork.
Lovely. So that's number 3, beer number 3 now.
Yeah, it's that'll be a silver then for all of it.
Okay, I can give him that. I've got enough.
Yeah.
I'll give him a moment to be like, okay, while you prepare the food, I'm just going to go and take in the ambience. And Pronce begins, having taken Bork's hint quite easily. He starts walking around drinking, conspicuously kind of walking past tables in a way where he's very obviously eavesdropping a little bit, but is drinking as he goes past to try and cover what he's doing.
I can describe a few of the people that you see.
Okay,
so as you kind of make your way around the bar, kind of in a bit of a sort of wandering, sort of aimless amble, there is seated near to the door. There is you see a human woman. She looks to be almost in kind of priest type robes, but she's got a kind of quite long kind of dragon scale cloak on as well, which looks kind of fancy. But she's got a kind of little bit of a sort of hard look in her eyes, like, this isn't where she thought she'd be.
Okay.
She's not sat with anyone, she's just kind of staring into space, sort of thing. Wandering around, there's a couple of young ladies seated at a table, and they're being hassled by a quite well-dressed halfling who's got quite flamboyant kind of turquoise and purple clothes on, and he's just kind of flagrantly hitting on them, and they don't really seem to be that interested, but he's not really perturbed that much. And seated at another table are a pair of half-elves who seem to be deep in conversation and pointing at a map of the city and kind of talking in hushed tones.
Are they in a position where I could possibly lean over and get a look at that map?
Not without being noticed.
I'd like to lean over and look at that map regardless.
Sure, okay, make a perception check.
10 plus 3, I think it was.
Maybe
13.
he'll die.
Oh no, plus 2, so 12.
12. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you get a look at the map, and it does appear to you don't really have any idea of what the layout of the city is, but this appears to be a map of this city. It looks like they've circled a couple of little bits, but there's no like legend of like, oh, you know, this is where we're going. Mm-hmm. And you're kind of like looking at it, going, oh, okay. You look, and they're both just looking like right at you. You kind of leant right over their table, sort of thing.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. I see you're looking at a map. My friend's just got out to buy one. Where did you get that?
In the general store. Can we help you?
I just spotted the map, and so sorry. So the name's Pronce, and I hold out a hand to shake if either of them want it.
There's a female one. She does shake it and just sort of hi.
Okay. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. No, just the map. That's literally all I was looking at. What are the bits you've circled, out of curiosity?
Our own business.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll leave you to your business then, and I'll saunter away from the table. And I'll keep an eye on them as I walk away. Are they?
They kind of watch you go away, and then after a couple of seconds, kind of go back to kind of talking in hushed tones.
Okay. With a slight amount of relief, I'm gonna wander over and kind of listen in on the carousing halfling for a moment, just to hear. I want to hear a bit of his patter.
All right. So he's kind of like he's leant kind of right on their table. He's like at table height essentially, and he sort of is leaning. He goes, "So you two lovely ladies want to be painted, am I right? Come back to my studio. I festoon you in all sorts of lovely things, and we paint you all night."
What is that?
What do you say? It's like Antonio Banderas. I am willing to paint you and show you the meaning of the word love.
What happened? This is good.
Pronce kind of like goes, "Whoa," as he walks past and kind of like leans in again in a conspicuous way of like he's stood directly to the side of the conversation. I don't know if you've ever had this where like you're in a club and you're talking to somebody and then somebody just appears at the side of the conversation.
Oh yeah.
That's what Pronce is doing right now.
He's just kind of making the rounds.
That's it. I'm just properly listening in and being like,
I met everyone.
Being the unpleasant guy in the club and just sort of like, so everyone's having a conversation in front of me, right?
Yeah. The halfling, he kind of doesn't really pay any notice for you for a couple of seconds, and he turns around and goes, "Can I help you, my friend?"
I hear that you're quite the painter. This sounds like. And Pronce sort of looks down at himself in a way that's like, and am I not a worthy study?
He kind of regards you for a second and goes, "Well, you definitely have an interesting look about you, my friend."
And I've been told many things about myself, interesting being one of the least offensive. So I'll take that as a compliment, thank you.
It was meant as one.
I look to the ladies and I say, perhaps you could paint us all.
What is going on? Are you hitting on them?
Pronce is on the warpath.
You're like 7,000 years old.
He got left on his own, and he's just like,
he's on beer 3 after 15 minutes thereabouts.
He said, "Well, I'm kind of in a period where I am only painting the ladies. It's part of a series of mine."
I'm very good at tucking.
Tugging?
Tucking.
Oh, tucking. That makes more sense. But still not enough for me to know what you're talking about.
Well, like, I've been told I have a feminine form.
Oh, tucking. Okay. This is definitely the character who didn't realize what you meant and not the DM. So, no, I only go for the most authentically beautiful, lovely ladies of Laranna.
I would like to cast Charm Person.
Okay. I'm going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Well, we don't know this is happening.
I know, but we let this happen. Am I complicit in this?
Yes.
Ish. You chose to leave.
We chose to leave, so we don't know what's happening.
Fuck my life.
We've yet to find this.
It's wisdom saving against the Charm Person.
Okay, so he's all charisma, he's not very wisdom, so I'm only going to give myself a +1 on this. So what is your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is somewhere around here. Oh yeah, spell save DC 14.
14. Okay, so I've got to beat a 14.
And spell attack bonus of +5.
That doesn't come into this. This is Charm Person. I have to make a wisdom saving throw based on your spell save DC.
Oh right. I don't have to roll to hit.
No, spell attack bonus is if you're using like an offensive one, like Chromatic Orb or Firebolt.
Got it.
And yeah. So I rolled a 9. So he is charmed by you.
Okay.
I'm just going to look up what the exact wording of the Charm Person spell is. Charm Person, you attempt to charm a humanoid. You can see it must make a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if your companions are fighting it. Not really fighting it. If it fails, it's charmed by you until the spell ends or until you and your companions do anything harmful to it. It lasts for an hour. Regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you.
Okay. Right.
Well, I might make an exception, though.
And Pronce lifts his robe enough to show some ankle and kind of waves it in a tantalizing way.
Very nice. I like it. You work out, I can tell.
Oh yes, I've been backflipping regularly recently.
I can tell.
That does work the ankles.
And
Checks out.
How are the ladies reacting to this?
They weren't that interested in him before. Like, as in, like, he was trying to talk them into painting, so they're not, like, put out by your sudden interest. If anything, they look a little relieved that you're kind of almost taking the paintbrush for them. Does that make sense?
Okay, so with that in mind, can I, like, is it possible from the angles we're all stood at for me to, like, drop him a quick, like, side wink to be like, this was the plan all along?
Make a stealth check. I don't think it's really just to see if he... You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna do a perception check to see if he notices.
Okay. Well, I got 14,
and I got an 8. So he doesn't know. He doesn't see your wink, and he's very much engrossed in your ankle.
Perfect.
Like, oh, look at the angles on it. I could do so much with this. A whole study.
The angles of my ankle are right. They're quite acute.
I'll say they're very cute.
He's not that smart.
And with that, Pronce kind of wraps an arm over his shoulder, like, and because he's a halfling, it's at like waist height.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
And I lead him away from the women and kind of look back over the shoulder again and kind of smile. Is there any reaction?
They kind of smile back a bit and like there's a little bit, not like a full on, like they're not like mouthing thank you at you or anything, but they look a little relieved.
Okay. Okay, not Ernest. What's this? What was your name, my friend? I never caught your name.
My name, I am the great Riang.
Riang. Ah, well, Riang. Would you care to join me for a drink before we, I don't know, adjourn somewhere for the painting and
I would love to.
How long does Charm Person last?
An hour.
An hour. Okay.
Then they know they've been charmed.
So, you know it. I'm gonna sit down, grab a drink with him, and
A fourth drink.
A fourth drink.
Okay, all right.
I'm polishing off the third, so now we're up
Yep.
to 4. I feel like we might be
At this
approaching
point,
Constitution
Ernest,
check.
at this point, Ernest brings your pork over, and it's on a plate. It's quite nicely presented. It's not like it's functionally presented. It's not fancy, but it's like it's on a plate. It's got some
Steamed hams.
yeah. It's got it's an Albany expression. It's got some cheese and some vegetables with it, and that. So here you go, then, buddy.
It's a very, very delicious looking steamed ham. Thank you very much. And he picks the whole thing up and pockets the whole thing.
It's quite hot.
Well, can my does burn resistance and fire resistance? Is that the same thing?
that would totally come in because you're wearing the ring of fire resistance.
So this piping hot thing that no other person would sensibly pick up.
Yeah.
Pronce grabs with his bare hand and kind of
You've just stuck
looks
your hand.
like it's nothing.
It's just come out of the oven, and
very
you've just picked it up with your hand, and apparently it hasn't really affected you.
Thank you very much. It smells delicious and pockets.
He kind of looks at you like a little confused and like, what the fuck? like kind of he doesn't say anything because you paid for it, but like he's just kind of like and just sort of like, okay, enjoy, and just sort of backs away.
So with that, I would like to sit with my steaming hand pocket and lean over and carouse for a little while with my halfling friend.
Sure, okay.
And wait for these guys to return.
We'll say you ordered another drink as well. So just to put a cap on this little moment, let's. Can I get a Constitution saving throw from you just to see how well you're handling your alcohol?
We got 11, and my Constitution gives me a +3, so that's 14.
That's 14. I think is okay for that. I was looking for a minimum of 12. Just it's early in the day, kind of thing. I wasn't gonna have that be particularly hard check. You're not immediately ill.
Got a solid buzz.
But you got a buzz going.
And now a very wet pocket, probably just that
it's
starting to come
steaming.
through.
Yeah, your pocket is steaming.
It's a dark patch beaming.
Okay, that's going to do it for this episode. Our next episode, episode 37, will be available as usual in 2 weeks' time on Thursday, the 8th of November. In the meantime, you can get in contact with us on Twitter and Facebook, both of which we are at Pretend With Dice. You can also email us at pretendingwithdice@outlook.com. If you're an iTunes user, it'd be really great if you could leave us a rating and review, as it all helps to find us new listeners, and we'd really just love to hear what you all think of the podcast. So, for now, that's our show. I hope you all enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.